The Bears 23-20, yes, against the Ravens. It was a 5-hour and 20-minute day of watching.
That game just ended.
Yeah, it just did. Bears football on Sunday was a long Sunday for me, 5 hours and 20 minutes. But, I mean, in all seriousness, there were a few tornadoes that hit down in Washington, Illinois, about 2.5 hours away from where I lived. And I believe there were roughly four at this point, 4 people killed. So that's obviously the big unfortunate part of these tornadoes hitting down. People took cover on the concourses, and then they finally played, and it was a ugly, dirty football game. I mean, they have the worst field in the league, and so it's not really built for these conditions, is Soldier Field.
Well, it's in Chicago. They never get weather or anything.
No, never before. And the highways are never under construction.
I kind of liked how dirty all the
I did
uniforms
too.
were.
You
It felt
did.
like football.
It was football.
It was ugly.
I hate the new grass.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I hated artificial.
Seriously?
I hated artificial turf
all the
my whole
shoulder
life.
pads,
Obviously,
just-
hated
yeah.
watching every game on artificial
agree.
turf that I've ever
Artificial.
seen. And then
In any
and then they
sport.
fixed the grass, right, in any sport. And then they fixed the grass so that it doesn't get muddy. And that's not interesting. I liked
Not
it.
at all.
You know what else wasn't
This is
interesting?
what every football game in November, December looked like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Looked like the
Right,
you know,
unless you
and then
except when you
Miami would be
understand
like,
San Diego.
yeah, like,
That's
wow,
so
look
nice.
at that.
I understand that, and maybe my vision has changed because obviously I'm not like 80. But I mean, the thing is, like it was just. I'm gonna go back to my point. It was ugly. It was dirty. No one could plant their feet. Ray Rice, granted, he had 156 yards. If he could maybe juke one time and plant his back foot, he could have had over 200. I mean, same with Matt Forte.
Well, that's why all these running backs are breaking all those running backs' records.
Oh yeah, totally. Because
Yeah, but I mean, the defense couldn't plant their feet either. They couldn't go after. I mean, the wet weather generally hurts a defense.
Yeah.
It makes it harder to react. So, you know, I don't know. I love seeing that. I love seeing guys with the turf caked on their
Yeah,
helmets.
it's
right?
great.
You gotta pick that
Oh,
off.
you can't see their
This
numbers.
was a thing that happened all the time in the NFL, right?
Yeah,
Other
always.
guys clearing out your helmet.
Every
Don't
huddle.
touch her.
Every huddle.
Yeah.
So okay, it was a 23-20 win. Here's the big thing that's going on in Chicago right now. I saw something off of ChicagoSunTimes.com. Who do you want to see quarterback the Bears next week?
Avellini?
The majority.
So, Vince Evans.
Majority-
Because he was scrambled.
You want to guess who the majority of the decision went to?
Josh McCown.
Josh
sure.
McCown.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cutler,
Well, it's also Earth's least scientific poll.
Yeah, I
but
was going to say, it's a terrible poll, and people love to get angry. Like, I mean, but
Oh, Bears fans hate Cutler.
yeah, I know,
They
that's what I'm
hate
saying.
Cutler.
So,
since he got there, or they thought
No,
he was
no,
the
no, no,
answer,
no, no, no.
But then he very quickly.
People are still on the hangover of the Packers-Bears game where he, I don't know, tore his MCL. So, and he sat out.
Yeah. Oh,
Are
I remember
any of you
that.
remember?
I
it?
remember.
Okay,
very
you
much
all
so.
like.
no, of course. I mean,
Okay.
and
So people still have that hangover, but
but it's a hangover that was ill-advised because
I completely agree. I'm not on their side. So I'm starting with Ben. Who should start for the Bears at quarterback? Who do you think?
I mean, if he's total, the problem with Cutler is that is he totally healthy? He sort of indicated that he was healthy against the Lions, and he didn't look healthy.
He wasn't
and came
healthy.
out of the game, so he'd have to be completely healthy. If he's completely healthy, I'd start him at quarterback. I would, but I wouldn't. You know, where a lot of teams will bring in their starter when they're not completely healthy if they're good enough to go. I wouldn't do that if I were the Bears. I'd be like, look, we're okay, so take another week, get ready. But when he's ready, he should be the starting quarterback.
Maybe it's, and I'm going to go to Heather in a second, maybe it's sort of a JR way of thinking, but I'm pulling for Cutler immensely just because of all the hate that he's getting every single week. I mean, he gets a bad rep for sometimes good reason when he throws balls just up in the air for no
also
reason.
people
But
didn't like his attitude in Denver, and I
No.
think that carried over. Yeah, well, it did.
Yeah, much of what his issue is caused by Jay Cutler, by
Yeah.
his, his
demeanor.
his demeanor,
Body
his way of
language.
carrying himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
he doesn't have teammates anywhere rallying to his defense.
Brandon Marshall, that's it.
Yeah.
pretty
No,
much
I mean,
it.
there aren't a ton of guys. There weren't a ton of guys in Denver. There don't seem to be a ton of guys in Chicago.
There was Brandon Marshall in Denver.
Right.
Yeah.
That carried over to
By
Chicago.
Brandon Marshall, who's now following me on Twitter.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
very
You beat me
He
to it,
follows
though.
all my followers.
So, Heather, who should start for the Bears?
I sort of agree with Ben to a degree that if Cutler is healthy, he should probably be the starting quarterback, if for nothing else than his relationship with Brandon Marshall, because you've got Matt Forte, who's doing well either way. But But I don't think he has to be completely healthy. I think that Jay Cutler, he's not a super mobile quarterback, and he doesn't.
He's deceivingly fast.
But he doesn't have to. He can stand up and throw the ball, I think.
No, yeah,
he doesn't
totally.
Have to be, I don't think he has to be 100% to come back and play, but he has to be relatively.
I would, because you got a guy who's clearly capable of winning an NFL game, so I just wouldn't risk.
But here's the thing.
And also, I'm partly
We
you don't
pulled
know
the Bears' schedule
you don't
as
know
well.
how honest he's being. Like, he was wrong. He said he was
He's
ready to
very
come
wrong.
back because
Yeah.
it seemed like he felt threatened. Jay Cutler seems like a bad guy. Like, I don't know him, but he seems like a guy you don't want to hang out with. And so, like, he seems to have misled the team in Detroit. And I would be like, I'd give him time off but when he's healthy, he's better. So I'd play him.
This is the Bears' schedule.
How
Out of
many games?
anything, if Cutler comes back, I mean, look, maybe
St.
I'm
Louis has
overlooking-
apparently 13 games left. Yeah. Well,
Because some of these guys are playing them twice.
I mean, Jesus.
Maybe I'm overlooking St. Louis, but I mean, if Cutler comes back, that looks like a 2-0 start to his comeback this year. But I mean, out of anything, Michael,
None of you watch the NFL. I mean, it's hard to win on the road unless
I
you're
understand
great.
it.
Yeah.
I
And the Bears
understand.
are not great. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to you yet.
Well,
McCown or
basically, I
Cutler?
mean, quickly, neither of these guys are the future of Mark Trestman's Chicago Bears. I don't think.
No,
that's
probably
over there.
not.
I think that Jay Cutler, when healthy, gives them the best chance of winning. So I think as soon as he is deemed healthy, both by
100%.
himself and by the team, you go with the best quarterback. That doesn't mean McCown. I mean, but McCown's been fine, and people root
been
for the
more than
under.
fine.
Yeah, people root for the underdog in a sort of disproportionate way. I think we
Sure.
all do.
Everybody
And
loves a backup quarterback.
Everybody loves a backup quarterback when they start, or when they come in.
Well, especially when they don't turn the ball over. I mean,
Right.
McCown hasn't
Well,
turned the
that's-
ball over.
and that's a big part of the ball protection.
Who do you think should?
As of right now, I still think Cutler. I agree with Michael. He gives he gives the Bears a better chance to win. But I'm slightly leaning towards McCown little by little each week, whether it's the comeback that he had against the Lions. Granted, they didn't get the 2-point conversion. Comes in for one series and scores. I mean, I think that's saying a lot.
The Bears have long-term decisions to make, and nobody thinks Josh McCown is their quarterback in the
Right.
future.
No.
And you sort of have to find out about Cutler, and if he can come back in these whether it's the last 6 games or 4 or 5 games, and take him to the playoffs and win a playoff game, then you start thinking, all right, we're going to go off and going to guarantee him $40 million and pay him $80 million.
Yeah.
Or they don't, or they have to make
Especially
a
if-
decision not to. But that's a big decision. You give Joe Flacco money to Jay Cutler, and they need to make that decision right away.
Especially right now, the rest of the season in their division, you have Scott Tolzien, Christian
Maybe.
Ponder, and of course Stafford, who's great. Right, and maybe Ponder, maybe Freeman. But what I'm saying is they're in such flux that if you can have your number one quarterback, and there's no question that Cutler is, take you, then that's your best shot at getting out of that division.